Yes, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Taper, Mr. Taper's Barber Life, and we are live in the NO in New Orleans. And I got my man Joe Flano from Major League Barbers in the building. What's up, baby?
What's going on, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We came here to network and to get into our barber business. Check it out, y'all. Don't forget, Major League Barber is coming to Nashville June 11th, right? Right,
June 11th, yeah.
Right, Nashville June 11th. And when you're going to be in Niagara?
That will be July 16th.
Okay, July 16th. And then we'll come Philly.
July 16th, Niagara Falls. Then September the 10th, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
And then Philly, November the 13th.
Okay, that's what's up, y'all. Shout out also to Jay Majors and CT Barber Expo. It's going down May 20th to the 22nd. CT Big Barber Show is going on, and also the Barber Grammys. So make sure y'all check those out. All right, y'all. We came to New Orleans, man, because we wanted to network with everybody that was here. You know, we've been out of the barber show game for a minute. And I'm real pleased at the reception that we got. And I ran into my man Joe, and I was like, yo, I got to do an interview with you, brother. So tell me, Joe, first of all, how did you get started? Because people who may not know, that they just see you doing the big shows. But how did you get started in the barber game?
Man, crazy thing. You know, I started in the barber game going to the shows, or just started in the barber game, period?
Period.
Yeah, so
remember, I met you at Silk and Classy.
Yeah, so shout out to Silk and Classy Barber College, my man Kenny Williams.
Yes,
Tony
sir.
Williams. Actually, I got my girl Ashley. We also went to school with me. She's actually on stage competing right now as well. You know, it was one of those things, man, with me, man. I got in the barber game. My great aunt was a barber. I said this before on multiple occasions. When my great aunt was a barber, she owned some shops in Chicago, and she was the first barber in the family. And what happened?
Your aunt?
My great aunt.
Your great aunt.
Oh,
so wow!
I was pretty much inspired by a lady barber, which should be called just a barber, right? Because
right.
we're all barbers.
Right.
So basically, man, she got me started with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, I never cut any hair before school, so I went to school, learned everything from scratch, and then I went on to get into the barber industry, going to the shows like Bronner Brothers here, learning and growing from this type of show, and building myself up, at that point.
Gotcha.
And the thing was, man, with me, it was basically all about building a network, right? MySpace days, I was so known. I was so used to just like, okay, everybody got to know my name if I'm coming through the door.
Right.
And it wasn't the case. I wouldn't come to a show like this and people would come shaking my hand and saying what's up to me now. When that time came, it's crazy. Even today, I know it happened for years now.
Right.
But even today, people just coming up to me. I don't even have a Major League Barber shirt on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I have.
They know you.
The face, bro. I get people coming to me. I saw you, 7 years ago. I'm thinking to myself, wow, amazing. So getting into the game, that was for her. You know what I mean? From her, she started everything. Me cutting in the shop, me owning shops, and doing some different things, man, within the industry now, putting together shows all over the country, and just becoming, just being an advocate and influence. Not influencer, it's a difference.
Right.
It's different. And being an influence in the community more rather than, just, on the scene of barber.
Right. So tell me this. I saw you around the shows, but I knew you was starting to get big when I saw you hosting. Once I saw you hosting, I was like, okay, this dude is serious. You know what I mean? How did you get into the hosting? Was that just something you just picked up, or? Man,
you know what, man? It was just one of those things, man, with me hosting. I was just one of those guys where, I always like to talk loud in the barbershop.
Ah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was the guy talking loud in the barbershop. Hold on, my bad.
Okay. So you was the dude who always had an opinion. About LeBron, about Michael, about everything. You always had that opinion.
Yeah, I was always the guy. Yeah. So it was me just always talking, doing the barber politics in the shop and everything like that. It was just one of those things. I like to talk loud. Gotcha. Never knew I could get on the stage and talk on the microphone, but when it finally happened, Craig,
okay,
I did it up.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I was a little quiet at first.
What was your first show that you hosted? What year?
I was in Vegas. No, I will take that back. I was in Bronner, actually.
Okay.
First year I hosted, it was my man, Microphone Mike from Philly. No, he actually from Philly but live in Atlanta now. Microphone Mike. I haven't seen Microphone Mike in years.
Okay.
Microphone Mike was at the booth doing his thing on the mic, and I told Nuri, I said, yo, you know what? I can do that. I can rock the mic. I know for a fact I can rock the mic.
Okay.
So I got on the microphone, did my thing, talking my stuff, doing whatever I got to do. And I just had fun with it, going with the flow. I said, yo, turn on some music. I'm not going to rap, but I'm going to flow and host with the beat. So, you got guys that will compete, cutting the competition, different things like that. And I would basically be like, yo, listen, if a guy's cutting, fading, freestyling, designing, I'm like cutting, fade, freestyling, designing, cutting, fade, freestyling, designing, with the music, you know what I'm saying? So
flowing.
It was flowing, man, just having fun with it, man. So I start doing that more and more and more at different shows. Then, before you know it, I did my own events, hosted my own events.
Okay.
But then other people like Jay, Connecticut, these other shows, they asked me or told me, yo, can you come down and host my event?
Wow.
I come down, you know what I mean? So, and to this day, I don't do as much as I used to because I have other things going on.
Okay.
But I have guys today that always reach out to me and say, yo, can you host my event?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Can you host my event, man? Can I hire you, this and that? So that's always open, man. I got away from that for a little while, but I got now people starting to actually ask me that now. They can you? And I'm like, yeah, some information, I'll let you know.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So you got the hosting thing going on. Where, I know you're an entrepreneur. So what other type of things you got going on?
So things I really don't talk about, but I'll share it on this right here. What I have going on now, I have multiple, I should say, enterprises that I have pretty much. So barbering is my number one thing, right?
Gotcha.
I don't have a shop, I don't have a school, but I have events.
Gotcha.
Events is my number one entrepreneurial business that I have, doing different events and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then not only that, I have other guys in particular positions that have their businesses along with me being involved. Custom butt box businesses, custom sneakers.
Wow.
Business consulting businesses. Helping guys how to promote their barber schools, helping guys how to promote their barber shops. All these different things, man, I have. So
a barbershop owner, brand new, he can call you up and say, hey, man, I need help getting this off the ground.
Absolutely. I got a barbershop owner that will call me and say, yo, I need help to get this off the ground. It can even be a current barbershop owner that says, listen, I need help with my price list. Can you help me out? You know what I mean? So I've helped guys like that out.
Okay.
Even today, I had a guy come to me that knew me for years because I used to buy capes and barber jackets from him when I was cutting hair.
Okay.
He came to me. I used to buy $20, $25 capes and stuff from him each. He came to me and said, yo, listen, I need you to help me push some of my product I got at these shows.
Wow.
So that's the consulting thing right there. So let's talk.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing getting it out because, a lot of things that was happening back then, they need help with it. It doesn't work now.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
change social media.
Yeah, social media.
Okay. So I don't know if we can talk about it, but you got something you got planned for this city, right? Well, it's too early.
Yeah. It's early. It's early, but
we ain't got to talk about it yet.
It's early, man.
Okay.
Put it like this, man. Major League Barber is coming to a city near you.
Okay.
That's something we always say. We've been saying it for years.
Okay.
So it's gonna be pretty good, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just can't wait for that.
Yes, sir. I know it is. So, Joe Flano, tell me, how did you meet Nori with Major League Barber? Just at a show?
Man, we met Nuri, man. Shout out to Salon Sense Magazine. Shout out to Miss Terry Winston in Chicago.
Yeah.
Miss Terry,
where's she at?
Terry's still in Chicago from what I heard. Terry even owns a bar in Chicago, like a bar lounge out there. Man. So shout out to Terry, man. She doing her thing.
Shout out to her, man.
So I met Nuri at a barber boot camp back in 2003.
Yeah, I was there.
I knew you was. Yeah. So met him there, met Naj there. Shout out to Najee as well. Met those guys there. We chopped it up, hit it off right away, and they told me what they were going to do and everything like that. And we decided, to pretty much collab up, and they trained. They put me in some training.
Okay.
And I became a ride or die for the company. A ride or die, just as friends first.
Right.
And we family, and not just
Right.
family. We businessmen together now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Been like that. Been solid.
That's what's up.
Everywhere I go, I represent Joe Flano, Major League Barber. And everywhere they go, I might not be there. They represent Major League Barber. Oh, we know Joe Flano, this and that. So, we connected, and we still connected to this day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Doing these different events. But yeah, met those guys, hit it off. We start, planning a lot of different things. He started saying he wanted to do barber competitions, so I said, let's plan it up. Let's start doing these barber competitions, and let me know if you need any assistance on anything. And then we built it up from that point on.
Okay.
It went to, to another level. Like, okay, you know what? Now let's do the competitions. We got the shirts, we got everything like that, but like, we do one competition in Philly. Now we're gonna take it city to city to city. So now we're coming from one city, 2 cities, and doing multiple cities, and now we're doing 6 shows a year, and then next year actually doing about 8. So it's pretty good. Again, we used to be at all the beauty shows.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the beauty shows we've been to all over the country.
Right.
But we started there from the ground up and meeting new people and learning some different things, and now we're on another level of doing our own business.
Okay. So your first show, was it with Major League or one you did on your own?
So it was Major League Barber.
Okay.
My first ever show. Actually, no, it really wasn't. Hold on. Sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
So basically, the first show I ever really held down, I did it with Cool C. Right?
Okay.
Anybody know Cool C?
Detroit,
Cool C,
right?
Detroit, Cool C.
Yeah. That's big time.
We did a show in Chicago. He came to me actually.
Okay.
And he deals with the stylists, and he wanted to bring some of the barbers in there.
Okay.
So the barbers came in, and they was like, "Yo, listen, I want to bring the barbers to the show, okay?" And he's like, "Flynn, I know you can bring the barbers." And we had 3 weeks to promote this thing. 3 weeks to promote it. 3 weeks to promote this thing. Okay. And we did it. We clocked it out, and I remember having about maybe a couple thousand people at this event.
Damn.
Last minute.
In 3 weeks?
In the south suburbs of Chicago. Oh, yeah. It was 3 weeks. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, man. So the thing is with me, man, it was just one of those things where I'm like, all right, you know what? I think now we're going to have to go ahead and start maximizing the potential on these barber trade shows.
Right.
Which were barber expos at the time. So then we start coming out with the name trade show. Nobody was using trade show before we start using trade shows. So now we use, MLBarberTradeShows.com is the site. Even on the flyers, it say trade shows.
Right.
A lot of people now will put trade show with the expo now because it sounds good. But we did it, and we did Chicago, kicked everything off, and at that point on, man, built it up in different cities and stuff like that.
That's beautiful, beautiful. So check it out. I know you don't cut hair anymore, but is the barber bug, is it still in you? Like, do you still cut up a couple of your homies every now and then?
No. So to touch base on that, guys, if you guys didn't know this, so I did cut hair for about 10 years, and I stopped. I stopped by choice. It wasn't one of those things I felt like I was too big and all like that. It was one of those things I couldn't focus on what I'm doing, because I want to do events. Before I stopped cutting hair, Jimmy Butler is one of my good friends. I used to cut his hair in college. Darren Williams, and I'm still keeping contact with all these guys.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? All different dudes. I've done the Final Four. I did the barber behind the scenes in the Sweet 16 NCAA tournament. I got a paper article in Chicago Sun-Times of me in it doing that. And
that's
to this day, I don't cut no homies hair. I don't cut anybody here, but it's funny because I had my guy, which is Jimmy's friend, reach out to me because he has an agency and he deals with a lot of college athletes now. Okay. And those y'all might not know, college athletes are able to get paid now on endorsements. So it was brought to my attention for me to start getting back and cutting some of the college athletes because maybe some of these companies, these grooming companies, hair companies, they want to be involved and have them use their products. And, me being the vessel in between to set that up. Right. Once that was brought to my attention, I'm actually considering doing that since I do have time, other than me planning and doing these events and some other stuff, overseeing other things, I am able to make some time to do that.
Yeah, pick them
maybe once or twice a month.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just to do that. But it'd be on my terms, though.
Right,
So it's like not no dude saying, yo, you can cut me at 2 o'clock 2 hours. No, it's gonna be one of those. Yo, I'm gonna be doing it from this time to this time. Y'all want to get done or not? You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys now, man. A lot of these guys are getting to into that mode of being a celebrity barber or cutting the athletes. A lot of barbers go on the person's time instead of them. Mind you, barbers got into business to work on their own time.
Right.
They ain't getting in business to work on other people giving them their schedule. Nobody's supposed to give you a schedule when you should go to the shop.
Right.
But a lot of barbers work off this appointment base, thinking they do that. They do themselves. No, I'm not getting off subject here, but a lot of barbers go off the thing of now I work by appointment only. But really, at the end of the day, it's your schedule. So you're only going in to cut somebody's hair because they booked an appointment with you. So basically, you working on their time. That's a little deep.
Got you.
My man say, yo, I want to get a haircut. I can get you at 10. No, bro. I'll be ready at 12 or 1. Now you working on their time, not your time.
Right.
Just saying. So that's one of the things that got me out of it too.
Okay.
You know, I don't like the demand on me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I used to be that barber. Shop open at 9, shop closed at 7. Those are times I be there. Come through.
Right.
Call me when you're on the way. Wasn't no appointments.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that got me out of it was the controlling aspect of it. The clients were getting too controlling, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Got you. But you still stayed in the barber game.
Heavy.
And that's what it is. So I know you do advise student barbers, you know, on the directions they should go to. Which schools do you work with in Chicago?
Well, shout out to CS Academy in Chicago. Shout out to Silk and Classy Barber College in Chicago. New Style Hair Academy. Pivot Point. Tricoshi University. And some other. Larry's Barber College in Chicago is where I got to shout him out. Those different guys, man. And there's plenty more to name from that. So I work with a lot of those different schools on consulting when it comes to that.
You ever think about doing a barber competition for schools? I
actually done it. So I used to go around different schools and do competitions. At the school prior to the Midwest Trade Show in January. Okay. So I would do those competitions at those schools basically because I like to get the students motivated to compete in these competitions.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a hit. And I did that back in 2015.
Okay.
I even did a home and away thing. I even took his and hers barber collars on the west side and put them all the way over. I got them on a bus and drove them. I didn't drive them, but got them transported from a bus all the way to Larry's. So, mind you, if anybody from Chicago know this, his and hers barber collars is on the west side of Chicago off Madison. Okay. Larry's barber collars is on 103rd and Halsted, which is on the south side of Chicago. So they went from the west side to the south side.
So that's a hump.
Anybody never done that with a school going from one side of the city, especially in Chicago, to the other side.
Right.
So it was pretty fun with that regard. And then, you know, leading all the way up to now, to January, I just had a show. I had 55 students compete in one category.
Wow.
Yeah.
What category was that?
Student competition. That was a student category. Rookie student with coach. Probably the biggest student competition ever.
Damn.
At a show.
That's crazy. Well, hey, bro, I ain't going to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate it. Where can they reach you?
You can reach us on Instagram, myself at MLB Joe Flano or at Major League Barber. And then you can follow all our trade shows at ML Barber Trade Shows on Instagram.
That's what's up. And don't forget the big show coming up, June 11th.
Nashville, Tennessee Trade Show.
That's what's up. Appreciate you, brother.
Wow, bro. Thank you, Craig.
All right, man.